Hello, my name is Dr. Ali Shahata, and I am a family and emergency physician working in the United States. I was recently asked about the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on frontline workers like myself. I was working in the emergency department at the beginning and throughout the majority of the brunt of this pandemic. What we hope, at least, is the brunt of it, right? We're hoping it's not going to resurge and come right back to where we started. But if I was to summarize, I would say we could summarize it in one word: fear. A lot of us were afraid for our own lives, afraid that we were not going to be able to continue to exist, to be providers for our families, what was going to happen to our families. We were scared about bringing home the virus to our families. A lot of us separated from our families in order to protect them because we weren't sure in the very beginning what was happening, and so a number of people, they spent 2 and 3 months apart from their families. Other people would live, alone in parts of the home. There was a lot of fear for our patients as well. Uh, Fear to the extent that literally we had patients dying at home from heart attacks because they were so afraid to go to the hospital when they had chest pain, as an example. So 911 calls, diminished significantly for things like heart attack and stroke, and emergency room visits. They diminished a lot because people were literally afraid. Regarding some of the aftermath and kind of how this has affected me and how it's affected my medical practice. Um, I stopped working in emergency medicine December 26, 2020, and I switched over to a geriatric primary care office setting right now, which is where I work. There's a lot of people that burned out because of this lack of PPE, the enormous pressure that was put on frontline staff, and so it was really, really hard for a lot of us. And for some of us, like myself, it caused us to kind of, you know, rethink how we wanted to go about our lives. And so, increasing family time, increasing, quality time with our families, is for me and my family, we go to a lot of parks, national parks now, to enjoy nature, things that, we took for granted that when there was lockdowns that you couldn't go to these places. One of the things that I personally took from this is we have to learn from this. We have to learn something about, ourselves, and become better as a result of this. If we don't learn anything, it was all for nothing. And so that I hope that we as a society will reconsider in the aftermath of this pandemic is our societal priorities